Goblins the name. We all came back with 100% fair play. Only play on Apple, throw your Androids away. Stop queen charging with wall breakers today. Now we only open up cans of spam. And if we fail, we queue up Yetis again. Golden Goblins the name. Hope you're ready for the game.
Welcome back, Golden Goblins YouTube. This is Bunmi. Today we're going to be visiting Hithome, who just perfect war agency, which is very, very impressive, and thank them for letting me visit and check out a few of their texts. Let's get to them. Today we're going to be taking a look at 3 raids that all share one thing in common: a swagged Royal Champion that was not used at all until the very end of the raid. So it's obviously going to be very impressive because these are good layouts. All 3 layouts were good, and they were near or max spaces. So to do it without a Royal Champion, I think at TH13 is just very, very impressive. Here is going to be a hybrid with 6 healers. So he sacrificed a couple hogs to make sure his queen stays alive throughout the raid, and he's using one of the super wall breakers. Super wall breaker, I think, is definitely overpowered, and the main reason why is it almost never fails. It's going to break the wall that you want it to. Regular wall breakers, you have to send a test, and sometimes the pathing's a little off, but I find that there's a lot of room for error with that. And also, as you saw there, he did not need to freeze the multi-inferno upon entrance. So having that second freeze may not seem like a big deal, but I think it's just gonna add a lot of extra percentage points to people's hit rates, having an extra spell for the hybrid portion of the raid. And he's going to be able to get the CC Eagle and eventually path towards the queen, probably both expos and a scatter shot here. So very nice entrance. He uses loons early up top to take out a defense, so then he's going to funnel with the siege barracks and king, and taking out that initial defense with the loons allows his hybrid to path down all grouped together, while the wizards pick off the defenses on the outside. And having them all grouped together here is very nice, because this heal is gonna heal everything and heal a lot more hit points than if he had let them spread. And then throughout the rest of the raid, while they're bunched up, the second heal and then eventually the warden ability is going to get all of them. So having everything kind of compact and pathing together, as you can see, everything is basically still grouped together. Before those miners got stuck on the queen, everything was able to benefit from the heals, and then everything stayed alive. So very, very nice job there. And then he was able to freeze the town hall twice, again because he did not need to freeze the multi-inferno upon entrance. So super well-planned raid that did not require a royal champion. And not only that, but he has enough troops left over to probably run another raid. Very well done. Okay, here's the second raid. This is going to be another swagged royal champion attack, and this time it's going to be queen charge hog with a Yeti blimp opening. Yeti blimp was nerfed after the last update, and I definitely noticed it. I think it's still strong on bases like this, but it's not kind of like a catch-all that will work on everything. I've mostly been using more siege barracks lately, mainly because the Yeti mites don't draw the CC anymore, and it's not as reliable on the town hall. So I think it's still good, but it's just not as good as it was before. But this player didn't plan on luring the CC from here. It looks like he's planning on doing it with the queen charge portion, so it still was very valuable in setting up the funnel and getting his queen exactly where he needed to go. On the bottom air, he starts with a a loon funnel, and that's going to be very strong. If he doesn't kill that when he starts the hog portion, some of the hogs are going to path down towards that mortar that he just killed. So killing it now allows all of the hogs to start from the wizard tower, and the 2 archer towers, and then path directly down towards the town hall without anything splitting. So small detail, but this player is obviously very good and plan for the pathing of the hogs. And right now, you can tell when a player is just an expert at hog attacks, because when the hogs reach the town hall, he triggers 50%, so there's no chance for them to run past or not have triggered yet. So had killed just enough buildings to have the hogs initiate the town hall right when they're pathing towards it. So very, very excellent planning overall. And again, doesn't need his royal champion. I'm very, very impressed with these Hithome players, and he's even swagging a heal here right in the middle of the map. So in order to swag a heal and royal champion means he just very, very much overpowered the base. And this base it looks like nearly maxed, and most of the defenses were maxed too. So I'm very impressed with this raid. Okay, so for the final raid of this video, it's going to be a queen charge Lalo, and again, no royal champion, just like the other raids in this video. It looks like he has 1 super wall breaker and 4 regular wall breakers, so it looks like they probably just expired, or he had 1 left over from a previous raid. When I first watched this raid, I wasn't sure why he had the wizard come in. It didn't seem very useful, but then upon further reflection, it was actually quite necessary, because without it, the single target inferno would have fully locked onto the queen, and having that wizard there bought him an extra half second to get out of the single inferno range, and then saved a freeze or a queen ability there to get through. So a lot of attention to detail to save a spell there. Lures the CC, uses the poison on the royal champion and all the archers, and then the poison will probably still be there when the hound pops. Sends a test wall breaker for the second layer, which actually saved the entire charge. So another small detail that very much got him through a second and third layer wall break. Without the test wall breaker, if he had sent 4, they would have all flung to the spring trap. With it, he was able to get through deep into the core. 3 layer wall break total, and from here he has his queen up, and is going to path his loons around the base. Has his first set of loons coming down, and then he's going to have a second set of loons coming up from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock that clean up the outside defenses, so all the loons stay in the core, and saved his queen ability, no royal champion, and it's at least 20 loons left over. So very impressed with these Hithome players. There's really when you see a perfect war and watch the raids, you can kind of see how they were able to do it. Just very, very skillful. Thank you for letting me come, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.